Hannah, we're on the eve of the World Para Athletics Championships now here in Dubai. First of all, how excited are you just to get out on the track and start competing?
I'm really excited to be at the World Champs. I'm really excited now to just get out there and compete because this has been a long season. This will be my 7th month competing this season, so it just keeps going. So I'm kind of excited for the season to end, but also just to go out there and see what I can do. Last year wasn't my best, I think everyone knows that, and I really feel like I can go out and correct it this year, so we'll see what happens.
Everybody's been in a very similar situation. It's been a long season and this has just been a long time in coming. How have you had to manage the wait between the start of the season and now the World Champs?
It has been a really long season, so it's been very different to any other season I've ever had to prepare for. Ultimately, to do that, I've just really had to rely on Jenny, my coach, to give me the right training plan and to make sure that I'm peaking at the right times. We've kind of had to split the season into two, so I kind of started competing in May up until the end of Switzerland, so the beginning of July, and then started competing again beginning of September. So it was quite nice actually to split it in two and have a little bit of time to correct the things that I wasn't so happy with and have the time to work on those. And hopefully, it has been a while since September, but obviously by the end of September we'd finished competing again as there was no more competitions to go for. So we qualified and then went back to some heavy training. So hopefully it's worked out, and hopefully on the track I'll be ready for my third try.
Your record at these championships speak for themselves. Does that add any extra pressure to you in your preparation?
I think being 10-time world champion adds massive pressure to every championships. It gets harder and harder every year to keep winning. I know that this year it's gonna be a challenge, and I'm not definitely going to win gold, but I'm going to go out there and give it absolutely everything I've got. I'd love to come home with 2 more gold medals, but you can't promise anything now, and that's brilliant because it shows how strong the sport is, how strong my classification is, how strong the women are, and that's something that I've dreamed of since starting way back in 2007. So I can't complain, and I've just got to take it as it is and hopefully come out best on the day.
Over those 12 years of competing, what have been your personal highlights?
It's been a very long 12 years. Personal highlights, I think, obviously my first Paralympic Games in London 2012 were just phenomenal, and I'm not sure they'll ever be beaten. But also getting an MBE in 2013, and I think probably my favourite race ever was the 800 metres in Rio. That's probably the medal I'm most proud of because it was the medal that I was least sure that I could win, but that will probably change this championships.
For a lot of athletes, some are making their debut at these championships, others like yourself have been constantly making the team. Is that particular British vest that you're wearing any more special than the rest, or do each mean the same?
I think every British vest is special. I think your first one is always the most special because that's when you really make your mark on the global scene and everyone starts to really pay attention to what you're doing. But every time you get to line up in one of these shirts and represent your country, it's a massive, massive privilege and something I don't take lightly. So I want to go out and do everyone proud.
The 100 metres and the 800 metres in the T34 are what you're competing in here in Dubai. What are your personal expectations or hopes for both of those events? Because the fields, more than anyone else, is going to be stacked.
So I'm racing the 100 and the 800 out here, T34 women. The 100 is going to be a massive challenge. Last year, Carrie Denigan broke my 100 metre world record. I haven't yet got it back, but I've really been progressing this year, especially with the start. That's something that I've always struggled with, so we've worked really hard on that, and I think it's improved. So obviously I'd love to win gold. I can't promise it as Carrie is in great shape and pushing really well again. So it's going to be a brilliant battle between the two of us, I think. And then the 800, my less favourite event, but I feel really strong at the moment. I feel like my training's been going really well. I'm lighter and stronger than I've been for quite a few years now, so I'm hoping to bring home gold in that. But once again, I can't promise anything. I don't know. I haven't seen the American this year, and I'm not actually sure who else has entered the 8, so it could be a really interesting race.
And talk us through what happens for you between now, as we speak, and competition days.
So for me, between now and when I race on Sunday, it'll just be a lot of resting. We have some, let me think what I'm doing tonight. Tonight on the track, I've been in the gym this morning. Tonight on the track I'm doing some, just a long push. to recover from the gym. Tomorrow we're going out to do some longer sprints to prepare for the 800, because even though it's my second event, I need to make sure that I'm ready for both. And then we'll start tapering down, start doing some short distances, and make sure I'm getting plenty of rest, plenty of sleep, to make sure that at 9:30 a.m, which I think is like 5:30 a.m. on Sunday in the UK, I am ready to go and ready to try and win my 11th world title.
And then final question, the track itself, a lot of people have said it's incredibly quick, but you've been round it obviously with the rest of the guys. How have you found it?
We've been training on the competition track for the last couple of nights now. I really like it. It's quite fast, it's quite hard, so really good for the ultra races. A little bit windy in the evening, but both my races are in the morning, so I'm not entirely sure what the weather's going to be like. Hot is definitely on the cards, but it's great. It's got good stands, so let's hope that we fill them, and let's hope there's lots of support on the day.